Hey, what's going on, folks? Bienvenue. My name is Wade, and this is Sabine River Valley. So several months ago, I put out a video about an experience I had with Vevor, and I was having an issue with the ultrasonic cleaner that I purchased. The just right out of the box, I had a problem with it, and I contacted customer service and went through some issues with it, with them, getting them to help me, warranty an issue, and they wanted a video of my ultrasonic cleaner, everything I was looking at. They have this free service that they let you use to upload videos to get it to them, but it wasn't. I remember it only allowed you to do a certain size, and the quality that they wanted, you could scale it down to like I don't know, 360. I think that 320 maybe. Is it 320, 460, 320, something like that. You could scale it down to that, but then the video wasn't clear, right? They wanted like really, something that they could see all these components with on the board and everything. And so I was having a problem getting them a video that they could actually see and use. So it was kind of bothering me with that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a video and put it on my YouTube channel in 4K, and then they can, and go through it and they can see everything from that video. And so that's what I did, and I sent it to them. And but in the video, I just kind of went through what I was dealing with, and so I've had several responses to that, and a lot of people asking me, what was the outcome of that? How did that get handled? And I kind of figured, I owe y'all a second video on this, a follow-up, so that you'll understand how it was resolved, if it was resolved, and how it was resolved, and then just kind of go through that. But I also, want to give just some personal opinions about this, and just let you have all the information that I have, right? Give you all the information that I can give you so that you can make, a decision on your own, whether you want to purchase things from Vevor or not. So just right off the bat, let's talk about it. This is the ultrasonic cleaner right here, and this is a new one. So they did send me a new one, and we'll kind of go through that. But I got it, tested it out. It worked. I used it. It worked perfectly. No issues with that. So, but the way that you work with Vevor on their for customer support, for support issue, is there's a chat function that they have. And I believe whoever you're working with through that is overseas. I don't believe they're in the U.S. And the reason is because the hours in which they respond to you. So you can leave a message during the day while you're working on, while you're trying to get something resolved, and it'll be, midnight, 2 in the morning, something like that, before you get a response. So by that time, you're most likely asleep. So you don't get it until the morning. So then when you reply back to it, the cycle starts again. You have to wait until 2 in the morning before you get a reply. And then, and that it might not be 2 in the morning. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that it's not on our normal hours. It was while I was asleep. So anyway, it could be 10, 11 o'clock at night. I don't know. So, and actually maybe we'll see that when we scroll through this, because I'm going to show you the chat that we went through. I have it here. But you go through this, right? This cycle of 24 hours before a question can get answered. It reminds me, of us, of NASA communicating with our equipment in space, right? If you have ever seen that movie, The Martian, that's sort of, I mean, I'm no expert in space flight or Mars landers or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of accurate in the amount of time it takes for a signal to get to Mars, then for the signal to get back to Earth. If you've seen that movie, the main character was trying to communicate with people on Earth, really just to let them know that he was still alive. But whenever they knew he was alive and they were trying to communicate back and forth, it just took long periods of time, right? He'd put in a question and then he'd have to wait. And then they would send back an answer and maybe a question, and then and they would have to wait. And then it was this back and forth that just took this just extreme amount of time. And I just can imagine, if that was true, right? If somebody was on Mars and we were doing this, that would probably be, super painful, right? Waiting just to have a small conversation, right? And so that's honestly what this felt like to me. It was just painful going back and forth, waiting for a response. So, you get a product like this, and the amount of time it takes for that to get answered, something like that to get answered, just kind of, you get a product and it doesn't work, and all you want is a product that works, right? You want either them to show you how to fix it or replace it, and if they can't do that, you just, you want your money back. So yeah, that time period back and forth through that is kind of tough. So you just need to know that if you have a customer support issue with Vevor, Vevor, I don't know how you're supposed to say this, but if you have a customer support issue with them, you're more than likely going to deal with this type of situation. And so the thing with Vevor is that the prices on their equipment, right, is at a point where if people hadn't found Vevor and they didn't have the option to buy from Vevor, they just wouldn't have that equipment. That's the case for me. There's a lot of stuff that I have from them that I just wouldn't have. I wouldn't have purchased from anywhere else, just because it's expensive, and I don't think I could justify that over other things that that come first, right? I might have been able to buy those things over long periods of time, right? Save up some money and buy them over long periods of time, but more than likely, I just wouldn't have purchased them. And before we go through this chat, one other thing that I want you to understand: I am not trying to just dog on Vevor. I still use Vevor after all of this. I still use Vevor. And that's why, I've got some of this equipment sitting up here. This is stuff that I most likely would not own if it wasn't for Vevor. So I still purchase things like that, purchase things from them. In fact, right here is a PTO slip clutch for my tractor. This was, I don't know, $100, $110. It's a slip clutch PTO shaft. This from a local store that most towns have, that a farm tractor store. This is like $300-$400 from them, and so I had a problem and I messed one up, and it would have been tough. I might be able to go through and fix that and spend a little money maybe to fix it, but this was just a great option. In fact, the one that I tore up was it used a shear pin, and this is a slip clutch. So this is a little bit nicer. Now, I'm not going to go off on that, but slip clutches have to be adjusted and maintained and everything. So they're not the end all be all. I mean, they still have to be maintained, but they are nice. They're super nice compared to to a shear bolt PTO shaft. So so I was able to get a new slip clutch PTO shaft because Vevor sells them, and these are good. They're great. They're great PTO shafts. This is maybe my fourth from them. So anyway, so my point is that I like Vevor. I don't have a problem with it, with them. Like I'm not telling you, I'm not saying that you shouldn't purchase from them. I'm not saying that you should either. You have to make that decision on your own. And one of the things that, we'll get into that in just a minute. So let's kind of go through this this chat. So when I first reached out to them, let's see, I told them, let's see, I contacted them on, this is June 11th. So the fuse next to the power cord blew. I pulled it out and put an extra one in, and it also blew. Should I have a new one sent out and send this one back, talking about the ultrasonic cleaner, or should I try to buy more fuses? They're $10 a fuse here at Lowe's. Lowe's had the fuses for these, and they were super expensive. I did find them cheaper, and I've in a pack eventually from another store. But I ordered some off Amazon that came in a couple days later. So this is after, right? This is probably a day or two after the initial me reaching out to them. Let's see. So thank you for your letter, dear customer. Thank you for your letter. So this is on the 12th, right? At 1:02:49 a.m. Okay. When I contacted them, it was at 16:19, so that'd be 4:19, right? So here we are. So this was at 1:02 in the morning. They contacted me back and said, "Thank you for your letter. Our technician is checking this issue for you. Please wait patiently. We will reply to you in 1 to 3 days. Thank you for understanding and cooperation." So then they contacted me back. This was actually at 7. So somebody's working our time. This was the same day at 7:26 p.m. Thank you very much for contacting Vevor. We are sorry that we are unable to confirm the product problem by these pictures and videos you have already provided for me for the time being. Can you take us pictures and videos of the complete driver board inside the machine for our further confirmation? We thank you in advance for your cooperation. We are waiting for your reply. If you have any further issues, please feel free to contact us. Here is the video the support rep asked me to upload. And then I'm using their that free thing that they have. There's no board that I can see. I am not an electrician. I am not comfortable opening anything up. Let's see. Thank you for your letter. Sorry for the inconvenience caused to you. We are willing to compensate you USD 50, so $50 for this issue. Would you accept? We kindly request your cooperation in considering the option of seeking assistance from a local technician. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. So what you can see here is they just wanted to send me $50 and have me pay a local technician to fix the issue. So first off, it's kind of funny that, and they probably, I'm not just going to throw them under the bus for that, but I'll kind of give you from an American standpoint, the absurdity of it, right? Because we don't even have Radio Shacks anymore. The days of a technician, local technician, right? A TV repairman, everything those are hard to come by today. And so we don't have anything like that, right? So when I saw this, I was like, well, I mean, that's not going to happen, right? So I'm not going to be able to take this to someone if, and I don't know enough about electronics to really, I can I can throw a multimeter on something and check it, but I don't know everything about capacitors and, everything on the board, that you've got to go through and look at it. I don't know everything. I can usually tell if a capacitor is blown, which I looked at on there and couldn't find one blown, but I usually can see that. And that's just from guitar amps. I know what a blown capacitor looks like in a guitar amp. Anyway, so a local technician was kind of, out of that. That was an option for me. So let's see, I responded back. So when was this? This was at 4 in the morning on July 13th. So that next day. So I responded back after I finally saw this, right? So this is July 14th. Your system won't let me upload a video long enough. So this means that I've been going through, right? It wasn't that I just didn't do anything. I actually was trying to figure out how to get another video, a better video to them, right? See, I've got more pictures here that you can see. So when I was unsuccessful at this is when I responded back. Your system won't let me upload a video long enough to show you what you want to see. And the free service has a limit on the video size. So I've uploaded a 4K video of me opening this up to my YouTube channel. Okay, so that means also in that time, this is when I did my video. The disassembly starts at this time. I'm also attaching a few pictures I took. One that shows what looks like a burnt component on the board. Please let me know as quickly as possible how to get a new working unit. Let's see. So the next day at 3 in the morning, thank you for choosing our product. We will do our best to resolve it. The pictures in the video you provided are being technically diagnosed, which takes some time. It usually takes response within 1 to 3 business days. Let's see, and they've marked the case as a priority. So that's good. And so here, this is, let's see, when was that? That was at 3 a.m. on the 15th. So 47 minutes later, I get another response. We have received pictures, video file you provided and confirmed that the product you received can be solved by replacing the driver board. We will send you the accessory free of charge. Please be patient and wait 10 to 15 days time. Do you need to change the shipping address? Then I was responded, no, the shipping address is the same as when I purchased it. So on the 16th, thank you for your letter. It is our pleasure to help. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding. We will keep following the process of sending a replacement to you. Once we obtain the logistics tracking number for your accessory, we will synchronize with you as soon as possible. Then on the 19th, so that's on the 16th, on the 19th at 10 at night, 10:30 at night, let's see, we have just checked that your accessories are still on its way sending to our warehouse. So they don't even have this at the warehouse. They've got to wait for it. We'll let you know as soon as it gets there. So it was the 19th. On the 23rd at 9 in the morning, I get a message. We've just checked that your accessories are now in our warehouse and will be shipped out soon. So, okay, so on the 23rd, on the 26th, I received it. So that they sent it out and I received it on the 26th. Not bad, right? That few days to get it. I received the replacement board today and switched it out. The power came on and I ran the ultrasonic cycle for 5 minutes. So I just ran the ultrasonic cycle. That worked perfect. It ran fine with no issues. Then I then turned on the heater and after about 30 seconds, the fuse blew. I replaced the fuse and the ultrasonic cycle still worked, but I tried the heater again and the fuse blew again. So here it is. I really want a new unit sent out to me or my money refunded. I cannot wait for parts again. Sorry for the inconvenience. This is so that was on the 26th. So on the 27th at 1:30 in the morning. Sorry for your inconvenience caused to you. We are willing to compensate you $50 For the issue, would you accept, let's see, would you accept, we kindly request your cooperation in considering the option of seeking assistance from a local technician. Thank you for your understanding cooperation. Here we go again. So then I replied, we don't have technicians anywhere near me that work on things like this. I want either a new machine sent out to me or a full refund. I really just want a machine. I would have rather had a machine that worked. But at this time, I'm like, man, I don't, this is getting old, right? So they respond back on the next day at 5 in the morning. Thank you for your email. We sincerely apologize. Inconvenience caused. Let's see. We would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for your patience and understanding throughout the communication process. With our deep apologies, we propose the following two solutions for you. We refund you $98 as compensation. That's not what I paid. So they didn't even want to give me my full refund back. Number two, we apply to resend a new product for you. Which solution do you prefer? If you wish to reissue a new product, could you please advise if your address has changed? Looking forward to your reply. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us. Best regards, Vevor. I would like a new machine that works. My address has not changed. You can tell that whole $98 compensation, that kind of burned my biscuit a little, right? So here's the deal. You sell me something that doesn't work, make it right. Either give me something that does work or give me my full money back. Don't try to haggle with me. Do not try to haggle with me on how much money you're going to give me back. You're either going to give me what I paid for it back fully, and you're going to cover the cost of shipping, or you're going to give me a new machine that actually works. It's simple. I paid for this. Let's see. We have applied to resend you. So that was on the 29th. On the 30th, at almost 1 in the morning, we applied to shipping in. They're going to apply to resend a new product. You should receive tracking info after 2 or 3 days. So that was on the 30th. On the 3rd, here's the tracking number. All right, so I get a tracking number on the 3rd. Thank you very much. I'm trying to be nice here, right? I'm showing you that I'm happy that you sent me a new one. And I let them know that I got the notification from FedEx that it was on the way. Dear customer, thank you for your letter. It is our pleasure to help. Thank you for your cooperation. Please wait patiently for a few days. All right. So that's what happened. I got the new one, got it out immediately, checked it. It worked. Everything worked on it, and I actually used it. So I got a resolution, right? It got solved. So you can kind of see the frustration that I'm going through here because they're trying to haggle with me to support me. This is supposed to have a warranty on it, and they don't want to warranty it. They want to haggle with me. You got to understand that this isn't someone in America that we're dealing with. This is someone in a different country that these are their practices. And it's different than what we do here. I'm not saying that's right because, they're selling stuff in America. They need to, follow, I don't know, American laws. I don't even know what the laws are for this, but I'm sure that, somebody is going to, I'm sure that people are going to take my side, right? The law is going to take my side when it comes to this. I know my credit card company will, they would just refund me immediately. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be resolved through the company, and so anyway, so it did. So my point, to close this out, you just know that when you buy from Vevor, you could experience some things like this. They have very good products. I'm not saying that they're the best, but for my use, they are good products. The PTO shafts are great. This is a pressure gauge kit, a whole kit, not just one pressure gauge. That the kit costs the same amount as just a single, unit from a couple local places. And this works great. This works fantastic. The quality feels great in it. So, I've got my mag drill. You can't even get those at Harbor Freight. I love that thing, and the price of the annular bits for it are great. So, there are great products that you can get from them, but you got to understand that if you buy directly from Vevor, you might, and you need to go through a warranty process, you might have a problem. Now, let me say this too. A lot of this stuff is sold on Amazon. So usually it's a little more expensive on Amazon. You usually can get it a little bit cheaper from Vevor. But if you buy it through Amazon, then you've got kind of the Amazon system backing you up. And Amazon would have just let me return it. I've gotten something from Vevor that didn't work that I just sent it back to Amazon and then got another one back, right? So that might be another option for you. So anyway, my point here is not to just bash on Vevor. It's just to kind of help you understand, what you're dealing with them. For people like me, they make really good stuff. The hardware, the analog type equipment, I'm all for, using Vevor for that. Electronics, that could be a different story. That like this one, it was the electronics in here in the ultrasonic cleaner that went bad. And so, I'm not worried about the PTO shaft. I'm not worried about these crowfoot wrenches. I'm not worried about the annular bits when it comes to, electronics going bad in them. But the mag drill could have an electronic, so much, right? The electric motor in there could go bad. This right here is their version of a Dremel, and I love this thing. I use this all the time. If you watch any of my other videos, if I'm repairing something, doing something in there, you probably see me using this. This is one of my very favorite tools. So anyway, so just know what you're dealing with. Electronics, you might want to be, a little weary. Maybe buy it on Amazon from them. The other stuff, you can, the kind of the mechanical stuff, if you want to buy it straight from them, I've had great success with that. So anyway, I just don't want you thinking that I'm just trying to bash them or get something from them. I haven't asked Vevor for anything. I haven't reached out to them for sponsorships or, for tools to let me try. I haven't done that. Would I? Yes, I'd test some of their stuff out and show it on videos, but I'm not here to try to get that, to try to do that or make them look bad and make people, not want to buy from them. Just, again, I'm trying to give as much information as I can so that you watching this, can make the best decision possible for yourself. So I just bought this. I just got this slip clutch in. I will buy more products from Vevor. But I will think hard, but maybe, for certain things, I'll think hard about that. Maybe buy it from Amazon. But anyway. All right. Well, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope this helps. And, I hope that you have a good experience if you do purchase from them. And, so hopefully, you'll come back and watch some more videos. Lord willing, I'll have another video come out soon. So again, I appreciate you watching, taking the time to watch, and I will see you next time.